Is it on? It's on. Okay.
Your light doesn't flash?
No, I turned it off.
Hi.
So I'm here with Scott Hargrove, and we are in the BMW i8. And my name is Andrew Ling, and we'll be doing a little bit of a talk on Scott's impressions on driving this i8 from BMW. And Scott's been driving it for the full day today on the Diamond Rally up from Vancouver to Whistler. So I think he's had some pretty good impressions about the car. So as a professional race car driver, I thought it'd be interesting to see what his impressions are for all of you guys on what is going to be the future of mobility. Here we are cruising on I guess what you could call a little country back road, and we are in comfort mode right now. I'll leave it to Scott to explain some of the BMW i8's 3 different modes here. So go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, well, I got in this car for the first time today, and not knowing much about it, but you start off in the economy mode or the comfort mode, which basically uses the gas or the hybrid, the electric motors for as much as possible. And then if you step on the gas, it'll bring on the gas motor and give you the extra little punch. So it's definitely nice when you're cruising between lights. There's no noise. Really nice and comfortable.
And so the car is a 1.5 liter 3-cylinder with an electric assist, and so we are in comfort mode right now, which basically operates the car in hybrid mode. And if Scott goes into sport mode, which let him do in a second here, by pushing it into manual, we are now in sport mode.
You can tell right away it's a lot more throaty.
It's actually quite a nice noise.
Yeah. It reminds me of the M5 with the turbo.
Yeah, it does.
And then the little pop when you get off the turbo, off the boost. It sounds pretty good.
Well, it's definitely a head turner, even without the noise. You downshift, it does a little bit of a blip. Nice. So we're now in Eco Pro mode, which really puts the car into as much electric as possible. As you can hear or not hear, we are just cruising along here and the engine's not even on. So according to the gauges, we are just in charge right now as we're going down this hill. What do you think of how the drive controls feel in Eco Pro mode?
It just basically drives itself. I don't really know what to say. I mean, the steering is light, it's comfortable, no noise. There's very little road noise actually, which is pretty cool for considering, it's a fairly sporty car.
Right. There's definitely something that's I guess pretty cool about electric cars, and this is one large component about it. The lack of noise. And
think about how much money we're saving right now.
Yeah, that is true. Well, let's go back into comfort mode and let's see the difference there. So in comfort mode, the same throttle position, it picked up a lot more. It was a lot more power. Right, so this is the hybrid, more of a hybrid mode that we were talking about. You can hear the engine fire up a little bit. And I don't know if the steering is supposed to be a bit heavier.
Yeah, I mean, we were just going in a straight line earlier, so I didn't really notice it. But for sure, as you get up to higher speeds, the steering increases in weight, gives you more feedback when you need it, which is pretty good. So
this has a 6-speed transmission, I believe. Thoughts? Pretty quick shifting?
Yeah, I mean, you're shifting that little 3-cylinder, so it revs up pretty quick, changes RPM pretty quick. You don't have a lot of inertia in a small motor like that, so it's pretty nimble, responds well, and that's one of the unique things that you get on this car that you wouldn't on anything else, is just how small the motor is.
And efficient because of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're gonna get into some twisties here, so I guess
we'll sport time?
That's sport mode time.
All right.
There we go,
that's better.
Shift into second gear.
Take a right.
Take a left. It's pretty fast for my get-go.
Right?
Yeah, I guess that 11 horsepower starter motor to smooth in the turbo lag's pretty good.
Yeah, and plus you have go right. Yeah, plus you have the electric motors on the front wheels and then the gas motors powering the rear.
Right.
So you get the all-wheel drive and a shorter traction. That shift from first to second sounds really nice, doesn't it?
It does. It really tricks you into not thinking that it's an electric vehicle at all.
Yeah.
Or at least an extended range hybrid vehicle. So I like that. It's something that you can live with every day. It's a sports car and it looks futuristic, but it doesn't feel like it is. Someone can just jump into the car and drive it. It's also it's quite firm, like a BMW.
Yeah.
You can actually feel that it is a BMW because there's actually really good road feel even as a passenger here.
More into some twisty bits here. Definitely, as you load the corner, as you load the suspension, you feel it. You do feel it in the wheel. But it's interesting because as you straighten out your hands, you don't really. It's pretty dull, and then it gets pretty firm right when you're in the corner. So that's pretty interesting.
So this is all-wheel drive with the electric motors pulling the front wheels, and the rear wheels are driven by the gas engine. So as we go into a corner here, if Squirt gets it, you can really feel the traction from the front wheels there. What are your thoughts?
It really pulls it around, eh?
Oh yeah.
And I think I actually have traction control off right now, and no hint of wheel spin there. It was just up and gone.
Well, of course you would have traction control off as you're a race car driver, unlike the rest of us.
What do you think as a passenger?
Well, it just feels like a normal car. The dash is really futuristic, but if you're used to a BMW, you'll get used to the i8 pretty quickly. It has the same iDrive controller, the same iDrive screen. The dash is a little bit more unique, that's for sure, but you know, it's not something that you need to read a book, especially if you're a BMW owner. You'll need to learn a little bit of the functions, but you know, even if you don't, it's quite self-explanatory. The car does everything for you, and BMW has simplified it in 3 simple modes.
I gotta wonder, like, how much of that noise is real?
Well, not a lot of it, I don't think, but does it really matter?
I'm smiling.
Yeah, after driving a lot of BMWs, you know, I think it really doesn't matter at all.
You do kind of feel like a baller driving this thing, eh?
Yes.
Like, it is a nice car. So I've driven from Vancouver to Whistler and back, and now I just got a warning saying 90 kilometers left total range.
And that is the gas range.
Yeah, gas and electric combined.
Right.
Oh, okay, yeah, it does show me how it's charging. So it's doing half.
24, yeah.
Yeah, which has gone up significantly from where it just was.
Yeah, because it's downhill, right?
Yeah, I'm just not gonna hit the gas. Oh, we're up to 25 now. Look at that. That's charging pretty quick.
Well, that's the nice thing about the electric cars. It does, you know, use fuel going up or use electric charge. But when you come down, you do regen quite a bit of it, especially in this vehicle, which has, I guess, 2 electric motors in the front.
Yeah.
But the engine's not on at all, so it's not burning any fuel. You're regenning and greening. Now you're up to 25 kilometers now from 21.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Well, I guess the more of these cars that happen in the future, the more gasoline-powered race cars we can all enjoy.
Right? Save the fuel for the fun.
Exactly. So, Scott, let's talk about curb appeal of this car. What are your thoughts after having spent several hours of this car?
Well, would you date a guy that was driving this thing?
Well,
if you were a girl,
type,
would you date a guy who drove this thing? Well, what I've noticed, it definitely gets a lot of people looking.
Right.
And people want to, I guess a lot of people have heard about this car but haven't really actually seen one, right?
Right, well, it's BMW's halo car for their I division,
right.
which is pretty cool. And this is as far as you can get from a Toyota Prius.
Oh, yeah.
And the Prius is a great car for what it is, but obviously this is very, very different. And most people synonymize the name Prius with, you know, hybrid technology.
Yeah, EVs.
But BMW obviously is taking it one step further and wrapping it in a sexy package that looks futuristic, but at the same time doesn't necessarily scream electric.
No, it does scream futuristic though. It absolutely does, because if you look on the outside, the body is all curving. There's tunnels for the air channels through, and the aerodynamicist that worked on this thing must have been a genius, because I don't even know what. It seems random to me, but they're channeling the air all over the place to do different things. So it's
yeah,
cool. There we go. So what do you think? Do people look at this?
I think a lot of people looked at this, so I think it passes the curb appeal test. All right, we're signing off right now. It's Andrew and Scott.
Later.
See you guys later.